Hi, I'm Jan Smith Heit, and I started with Precision Nutrition, I think in May of last year, and there was 3 moms and Jenny, and we really had a great one-on-one for many months, and they opened this gym, and so we came here and continued our special class, and we kind of graduated, and then we were able to work out with the rest of the group, so that's been a really fun and encouraging step that we made, because we were all more mature than some of the people, so to put it gently. So we are now here, and the place is not only beautiful, it's clean and really customized to our needs. So that's when I started. So that's the answer to that question. Cut that out. I'll help you edit as we go.
Yeah. What differentiates Actualize from other training facilities and gyms in Wenatchee?
Okay. What's different here is the combination of moves, I think, and the one-on-one is key. And I say one-on-one because even though we're working in a group, we're still being watched, and if our elbows go out, they need to come back in, or if we're arching our back in a certain way to do damage, we're corrected immediately. And so I feel confident in how I'm working out, that I'm doing the right moves at the right time for my health. One of the key things that I wanted to make sure I gained from working out here was to continue to be able to do the activities that I enjoy, which is hiking and kayaking and downhill skiing, cross-country skiing, so being very active. And I just recently went downhill skiing for the first time in like 9 years, and I was not sore the next day or the next day, so I was pretty excited about that I was strong enough to go out and do something I haven't done in so long, and recover quickly, be comfortable with it. So that was pretty exciting. And through the summer, hiking was easier. So I could tell that I was just gaining lots of muscle and being just stronger, able to go longer than had I not.
What are your goals moving forward?
Well, in the beginning, I just really kept saying how healthy I wanted to be and to continue to stay active, and I'm doing that, and that's great. And now I really want to focus on losing some more weight in specific areas, because that's just been something that I thought was just going to accidentally happen and just be a byproduct of all this other working out. But if you get over 50, things change. Hormones are like evil gremlins, and they stick with you, and they make losing weight a little more difficult. So I'm actually going to have a counseling session with Blaine and ask him what are some real specific things that I need to do that I'm not already doing, that I'm unaware of. So.
What's Actualize's approach to training and nutrition? Would you say they are focused on extreme diets and training focused on short-term results, or would you say they're more focused on helping clients pursue dramatic yet sustainable long-term transformation?
I think the key here is all about making it part of your life. It's an everyday thing. It becomes part of you. And Precision Nutrition is an online workshop that you can take for a year. And that is a very slowly progressive, very kind and gentle program that helps you understand what transformation is all about. And you start to change, and you start to adopt these habits naturally, because you're thinking about them. They give you bite-sized pieces of how to think about nutrition, how to think about what gets in your way, what were your old ways that were not useful anymore, and how to replace it with good stuff, and really truly baby steps in education. So that, in addition to being here, it's a kind and gentle, constant progression.
So the precision nutrition part, maybe we'd want to go a little bit more into that, and walk me through that experience and how that has been a component of your working out here.
Okay. Well, they invited us to think about committing to taking this online class, but to commit for a year. So we had a chance to think about that, and I did. I think it took about a month to think about it because I didn't know what it was, and I wanted to make sure that I was going to be able to complete it and be successful at it. So I talked a little bit more about what it was, and so I went, well, if I'm gonna do this, I better just do it. So the first thing about it is there are two things that they have you do. They have you do new habits, and they introduce a new habit to you, and you actually, some of them, you create the habit, and you do it for a week. So it's slow progress. And then there's daily lessons. So there's kind of two things that are going on at one time. So, but when I talk about baby steps, the first thing they have you do is take a 5-minute action each day. Well, 5-minute action of what? But it was something to be good to yourself. So I had to think about, well, what do I need to do what can I do for 5 minutes where I'm good to myself? And so working in an office, I thought, well, I'll take a 5-minute walk every day. So I invited myself to get out and do a 5-minute walk when I could every day, anytime during the day. And so I was successful at that baby change, something small and kind to myself. So you start thinking about ways that you can be good to yourself in the very beginning. The next thing that they had you do for a new habit was eat slowly. Well, I already eat slow, so now I have a really good excuse to be the last one eating. I was supposed to eat slow, but a lot of people will eat quickly, and you don't realize how full you get. So it's a really good habit to stop, take your bites, think about what you're eating. Am I full? Can I stop? And so it's, again, baby steps. So it's a whole week of doing that. And also eat until you're 80% full. What a concept. So that's another good one. So these are the types of things that they have you do. And then they launch you into nutrition and education with these new habits. They introduce you to what are good carbs, and then you start choosing those carbs, and you start playing around with choosing new ones that you haven't tried before. So you introduce lots of new food groups. The daily lessons, the key there is education. They just fill you with information. It's very interesting. You want to learn. You look forward to each day, but at the same time, it's not so regimented that if you skip a day or two, you can go back and you can catch up. So this isn't, they really tell you, please don't get guilty about this. This is not to add guilt to your life. This is to add encouragement, moving forward. Key is moving forward. They use different mediums, so they have video. If you want to take a walk, you can listen to the lesson. There are little videos in it as well. There's several links to educational pieces. Again, different kinds of foods, different types of, let's see, you'll have to scratch that, but they ask you real deep questions, and you can go as deep, or potentially deep. You can go as deep as you want to and really think about it, or you can just quickly answer questions. They have you journal sometimes, and so you can really take it seriously or lightly. It just depends on how much you want to get out of it. And I've found that I take it seriously. I want to uncover reasons why I may not be moving along as quickly as I want to, or I get stuck in an area. In my life in general, it's not just about nutrition, it's not just about working out, it's about you and setting goals and succeeding, and taking those baby steps, keep moving forward, and being good to yourself. They have you make improvements, but they don't have you seek perfection. That's real key. They do talk about hormones and nutrition education, and that's interesting because at my age, hormones are having an effect, and so things are slower. I want it to move fast. I want it to be done now. I want to be 20 again, but it's not going to happen. So they're helping me be realistic as well. They break things down So they may ask you what you want to change, and then they ask you what's getting in your way, and how can you break that down, and down to baby steps again. So you just work on the easiest, simplest thing, like taking a 5-minute break each day. So really, you do become successful at your own rate. They also talk about building healthy support systems, which is key too. So if you're hanging around people that just really want to sit around and watch movies and stuff, you might want to think about getting out and doing, you're here and you meet new people, which is a really key piece too, because since they're small groups, you get to know each other and you bond and you help each other and motivate each other. And so I do find that I work out harder here than I ever have, because I want to keep up with the next person and or encourage the other person who's next to me as well. We're currently working on a workout recovery plan, which I'm really excited to learn more about, which is after we work out, how do we make sure that we're getting the right nutrition at the right time, and what are the key nutritional aspects of that. It talks about good sleeping habits, key, so you get a good excuse to go to bed early. So it's really a very loving and kind and encouraging program that I'm finding to be really beneficial. I don't even know how much I've changed, but I'm sure I have. With the journaling, we'll look back, I'm sure, at the end and find out what we said about ourselves in the beginning and the progression, and it'll be interesting to see how far I've come.
Great. Is there anything else that you would communicate, I guess, to potential Actualize customers?
Well, yeah, I could see that you could get hooked if you started out and say you want to take a Hawaii trip, and you have real specific goals. And Blaine and Jenny and Emily can sit down with you and really help you get in sync with what you need to do to reach that goal quickly. But I think, so that would be one way to come here and really focus on that goal. But then I think you're going to get hooked and want to be here and continue to come, because it is so uniquely special with the cleanliness, the energy that's here, and that one-on-one in a group feeling that you get, where I've never had that anywhere else. I've been where I've gone to gyms and I've been walked through maybe a little program, and then I'm off on my own and I kind of feel like I'm flailing, and I don't work out anywhere near as hard because I'm not working out with somebody else who's watching me. So
great. This is all good stuff.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else.
There's just so much to say, but then
Yeah.
just like, bleh, the words don't come out.
Yeah.